Let me give you a thought experiment. Say life came to you tonight and said, I'll give you everything, the business, the body, the respect, the freedom to actually work for yourself before I hand it over. I need proof, not a vision board, not a journal entry, literal proof. If I pulled up the last 5 years of your life right now, what would I actually see? What did you do on your days off? Who were you hanging around at 11 p.m.? What did you actually put in your body? How many times did you show up when nobody was watching? Would there be enough evidence in there to actually give the life that you keep asking for every day? That's the law of attraction. Not candles, not manifestation journals, evidence. And honestly, I only figured this out because I lived it completely backwards. So I'm going to show you the 3 steps to actually design your character so you could finally live the life you want. I was supposed to be a doctor. At least that's the plan. That's the plan that everyone expected. And that's the character I got handed, not the character I wanted built for myself. And I walked away from it, not because I stopped caring about helping people, but because the character was never mine to begin with. So I went and became a heavy-duty mechanic instead. Grease under the nails, 12-hour shifts, standing on a cold shop floor in the middle of Canada winter. And even then, there still wasn't the guy either. I knew there was a version of me that woke up early, trained hard, built something on his own, and helped guys who grew up just like me actually change their lives for the better. Here's the thing that nobody tells you. You cannot attract a life that belongs to a character you haven't built yet. Most guys want the result of a man they've never actually bothered to become. So here's something you could do tonight, and it takes 10 minutes. Before you ask the universe for anything, ask yourself who has to show up every single day to actually get it. What does he eat? What does he refuse to watch? What does he do on the second the shift ends? Write it down. Not vague stuff either. Be specific. Not a vibe board either. Do a blueprint you could actually follow every day. Next is your environment. People think attraction happens in your head. It doesn't. It happens in your environment. Your job, the guys you're with around after work, your phone, your fridge, all of that is pulling you somewhere every single day, whether you notice it or you don't. When I was still wrenching full-time, the easy move was the same one every guy on that shop floor made. Go grab fast food on their way home, crash on the couch, scroll for 2 hours and tell yourself, you'd start tomorrow or some other day. And for a long time, I did exactly that. Not because I was lazy, but because that environment just made it super easy for me to fall into. Here's what actually changed things for me. I stopped trying to use willpower to fight my environment every single day, and I started changing the environment instead. I kept the gym bag in the truck, so there was no decision to make after a shift. It was already sitting in there. I stopped keeping food in the house that I knew would derail me at 9 p.m. And I found one person, just one, who was trying to build something, and I made sure I was talking to him more than the guys that wanted to grab beers every single night or do nothing at the end of the shift. You don't need more discipline. You need an environment that doesn't require constant discipline just to survive it. Look at your own right now. Your fridge, your phone, the 5 people you talk to the most. That's telling you exactly where you're headed, whether you're admitting it to yourself or you're not. You decide. Last step, stack the evidence. This is the part that actually ties it all together. The universe, or whatever you want to call it, it isn't handing you a life based on the life you want. It's handing you the life based on what you've already proven you're actually willing to do. Every single day you train that you don't feel like it, that's evidence. Every meal you plan instead of winging it, that's evidence. Every night you go to bed on time instead of staying up and numbing it out, that's evidence. You're building a case for the life you want, whether you realize it or you don't. And here's the mistake most guys make. They wait to feel like the person who deserves the results before starting to act like him. That's completely backwards. You act like him first, inconsistently, imperfect, and the evidence builds up until one day you look and you realize you're actually him. I don't feel like an entrepreneur when I quit that mechanic job. I didn't feel ready. I felt terrified, honestly, but I had enough evidence stacked up from small decisions, showing up early, training when I didn't want to, learning everything I could on the side. In that, I trusted the evidence more than I could trust the fear. That's the whole mechanic behind the law of attraction. Design the character, fix the environment, and stack the evidence daily. Do that long enough, and the life you keep asking for stops being something you're attracting and starts being something you already built. If this actually hits something for you and you're ready to stop guessing and build real evidence instead, that's exactly what I help guys do inside my coaching. I got a community of Latino men doing this exact work together. Real accountability, real structure, not motivation that wears off in a week. You can book a call with me, my link's in the bio, and we'll figure out exactly what that looks like for you. Remember, design the character, change the environment, stack the evidence, and that's it. I'm gonna go help cut the grass now.